Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Listening Room. My name is Benjamin, and today I'm going to be ranking the 70s albums of Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. This is a really hard ranking to do because so many of these are stone cold classics. They're awesome, and I recommend checking out all the albums, even the ones that are ranked lower. And this is just my opinion. This is what I think is the best. This is just what I like to listen to the most. This is what I think is um, just from my least favorite to favorite, because I don't think any of these albums are bad at all. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started with uh, my least favorite. This is In Through the Outdoor by Led Zeppelin. It's really their final studio album. There is Coda, I guess, but one, that's an 80s album, and two, that's mostly outtakes and live albums that were stripped, or live songs that were stripped down to make it into a kind of a studio sound. But yeah, In Through the Outdoor, it's great. Carousel Alhambra is one of my favorite um, songs from Zeppelin, honestly. It's a really cool song, and it's my favorite on this album. It's got some other good stuff too, but it doesn't have so many of the classics that I, am used to from Zeppelin. And I'm going to be kind of going based off my notes here just to make sure I don't screw it up, because there's many albums in this. Next for me is a Black Sabbath album, Never Say Die. Wow, that glare is terrible, and I don't even have the window open. This really cool album cover, but I will say I like this quite a bit better than In Through the Outdoor in some ways. And even though it falls down below, kind of things have to go to the bottom. I love every single album here. Title track is great. Johnny Blade's awesome. Junior's Eyes is my favorite on the album. What an incredible song. Hard Row's good. Shockwave. Air Dance is awesome. And yeah, it's just got a lot of stuff on here that's pretty underrated, and I guess I'm rating it towards the bottom, so maybe I shouldn't be the one to say underrated, but it's a good album. I recommend listening to it. It's very different from a lot of the Sabbath output. It's not as heavy, but it's good hard rocking. And next up, I'm kind of fumbling with these a little bit in a way today, because with the Zeppelin output, because they have albums that are like double-sided. Well, that's not a good example, but like double-sided like this. So it's going to be kind of hard for me to probably find the albums that I'm looking for right off the bat super easily, because they're not in kind of order like that. Presence is next. Achilles' Last Stand is an awesome track on this album. Kind of opens up to a little bit here, but maybe see the album cover a little bit better if I were to open it. But yeah, it's a great song. Opens the album. Heard it for the first time and really enjoyed it. Kind of hard to see it, not gonna lie. It's a little blurry. Royal Orleans is good. T for One, Hot On for Nowhere. I mean, Nobody's Fault But Mine's good. Great studio album, and I really enjoy it because it's good. I mean, it's a little bit more, I don't know, not in your face like a lot of the Led Zeppelin albums. It's a bit more reserved for me when I listen to it. Achilles' Last Stand's like a great opener, but it's not so heavy and hard rocking like some of the other albums, in my opinion. Not that that's bad at all, but that's kind of where I stand with it in terms of what I want to listen to. It doesn't have as many of the classics. Achilles' Last Stand maybe, but the rest of the output has just better stuff, in my opinion, even though this is great. Technical Ecstasy by Black Sabbath is next. Really enjoyed this album. I just realized a little sticker there right there. Backstreet Kids opens up the album. That's an incredible song, one of my favorites. You Won't Change Me is okay. It's Alright's okay. Gypsy's good. All Moving Parts Stand Still is an awesome song. Rock and Roll Doctor is good. I honestly like the more mellow She's Gone. I don't know if that's really a ballady, but like it's very mellow. And then Dirty Women ends the album. Great album. Definitely check it out. Next up, Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy. I think I've alternated every album so far, haven't I? Yes, I have. Um, really great album. I mean, you can't go wrong with the songs on here. Song Remains the Same opens it up. Really cool. Like the riff on that. Rain Song is good. Over the Hills and Far Away. It's good. Dire Maker, The Ocean ends the album. It's really good. I recommend checking it out. Um, just a really solid album. It's definitely considered. I'm pretty sure this one would be considered a classic. Album cover's a little weird, I will say, but what's funny? Well, we'll get into it a little later, but they don't have the title track on this album. They have it on another one, and we'll go over that a little bit later. Volume 4 is next for me. A lot of you might have this one a little bit higher. The reason I don't have this higher is because, well, let me get into it. Wheels of Confusion is one of my favorite Sabbath openers. It is such an awesome song. But then we get to Tomorrow's Dream Changes, FX, and Supernaut. And those are not necessarily my favorites on the album. I think Side A, to me, is much weaker than Side B. And because you have Snowblind, Cornucopia, Laguna Sunrise, St. Vitus Dance, and Under the Sun. And those 5 right there are so incredibly awesome. I just can't say enough about the last half of this album. Like, Side A is good for me, especially the opening track. But when you get to Side B, I mean, obviously there's not a Side B on this, but if you have a record, you would understand. Just check it out. Like, that Side B is so heavy and just intense. It's absolutely incredible for me. I think what is it? Yeah, that's just an incredibly heavy and awesome album. And for the first time, we're not going to be alternating between Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, because Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is next for me. That might be another one that would be higher on y'all's list, but I mean, when you're going up against the top Zeppelin albums, I mean, something's got to fall somewhere. Same with Black Sabbath, though. Title track, awesome opener. National Acrobat's great. There's nothing bad on here. Killing Yourself to Live, one of my favorite Sabbath songs. It's incredible. Who Are You? That's a good track, and Spiral Architect ends it. Also, Looking for Today is a good track. So, yeah. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, that's the next one for me. Along with a little bit higher is Zeppelin 2. Love Zeppelin 2. Awesome. When you open up the album like this with Whole Lot of Love, there it is. Yeah, I love that. That is such a cool shot, and it's got the track listing right there. That's really kind of hard to see, though. Yeah. Whole Lot of Love opens it. What Is and What Should Never Be is great. The Lemon Song's awesome. Heartbreaker is amazing. Livin' Lovin' Made, amazing. Ramble On, awesome. Bring It On Home ends the album. Love it. Absolutely love it. Such a good album. Guess I gotta keep this with me because we have other stuff later. Debut album from Black Sabbath is next. Creepy album cover. A lot of people consider it the birth of heavy metal. Incredible. Title track is really where the birth of metal, a lot of people would consider it that. I would honestly argue this is where other bands may have helped invent heavy metal, but I would say Black Sabbath perfected it and made it what it is today, with that title track, especially in this album. Because the rest of the album it's a pretty bluesy album, honestly, in a lot of ways. Not the title track at all, and not the incredible NIB. But like The Wizard, that's got some great blues to it. And of course, Wicked World. I love A Bit of Finger, Sleeping Village, and Morning to close the album off. This album just doesn't have anything bad on it. The Wizard's awesome, of course, and yeah, of course, I mean, it's a classic for a reason, and I recommend if you're trying to get into heavy metal music or just heavier music in general, check that album out. You can start there, or you can start off, honestly, with this next album. Led Zeppelin, its debut album. I didn't even think about the fact that both the debut albums are right here. What an incredible, killer album to start your career off. You can't get better than that. You cannot get better than that. I mean, you have Good Times, Bad Times to open the album. What an incredible opener. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You is awesome. You Shook Me, incredible. Dazed and Confused, oh, such a good song, especially if you hear it live. Like when they made the, when they add instrumentation, what is it, when they jam on that song, oh my heavens, that jamming to that song is so good. Your Time's Gonna Come, Black Mountain Slide, Communication Breakdown, shortest song in the album, but it's still great. I Can't Quit You Baby, and of course, How Many More Times closes it out. Classic after classic on this album. It is so good. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, there it is. Zeppelin 3. Got it upside down. Led Zeppelin 3. Wow, that's really hard to see. There we go. Guess I could have opened it, showed it a little better, but it's white, so it's... Yeah, there we go. Just having a hard time. Yeah, I can't really see the lyrics on that very well. Or not the lyrics, but the track listing. It's got some cool artwork in this, though. And then there's the track listing. You open with Immigrant Song, right? And I know that song is pretty popular. But, can it actually... There it goes. I gotta hide my face. Alright, Immigrant Song opens it up. Great opening track, obviously. Hear it everywhere now, so it's kind of... Unfortunately, it's probably watered down a little bit in some ways for people like me, but, you know, I've heard the song a million times. Still love it, though. Friends is a great song. A really great song, honestly. That might be my favorite on the album. That's hard to say, though, because, like, there's so many songs on here that's amazing. Celebration Day. Since I've Been Loving You. Out on the Tiles. Gallows Pole, awesome. Love that song. Tangerine. That's the Way. Bonnier Stomp. I think that's how you say it. Forgive me if that's not. It's the 9th track. There we go. Hats Off to Roy Harper. Yeah. Ends the album. Very good. Definitely recommend checking it out. Zeppelin 3. I also like a lot of these albums on vinyl. I don't have them with me, but you know, if you... I actually don't think I have. No, I do have a Zeppelin album on vinyl, but yeah, if you can check them out on CD, vinyl, whatever you want, it's cool to have a Zeppelin album on vinyl, I will admit. Oops, I'm out of order here. Zeppelin 3 is behind Master of Reality. Love that. This is the blueprint to doom metal right here. What a heavy album this is. Starts off with the amazing Sweet Leaf. After Forever. Love that song. The lyrics are incredible. Children of the Grave. Obviously, it's Sabbath classic. Very good song. They have a couple instrumentals on here. After Forever and Orchid. Those are good. They're kind of like transitions into the next songs, though. Lord of this World. Heavy and amazing. Solitude's a really good song. It's 8 minutes, but it's such a good song. And then Into the Void is a ridiculously heavy closer. Can't go wrong with the incredible Master of Reality. Love this album. And then next, honestly, the album that really made metal what it is today, in terms of putting it out there. Paranoid, Black Sabbath. The debut was great inspiration to what it is, kind of the birthed it. This almost put it on the map of sorts. I mean, there's really no heavy metal bands before this, but and they didn't really have that term at that point, I don't think. But War Pigs, my favorite Sabbath song of all time, one of my favorites, if not my favorite song of all time. That is such a great song. Paranoid, the song that I think they only took an hour to write this thing because they needed a little bit more time on the album, became their biggest hit. And great song, love it. Planet Caravan, a lot of people don't like on it, but I love that song. It is a mellow, psychedelic song that is so cool to listen to. Um, Iron Man, classic for what it is. It's good. It's not necessarily my favorite on the album, but I do really enjoy listening to it. Um, Electric Funeral, really heavy, great song. Hand of Doom's cool. Rat Salad has a nice drum solo on it. Um, and then Fairies Wear Boots. Can't get better way to open and close the album with War Pigs as the opener and the closer being Fairies Wear Boots. Just an incredible album all around. All killer, no filler. All right, next up, if I can get to it, The Legendary, Volume 4. Not Volume 4, I'm sorry, Led Zeppelin 4. Or, it's honestly an untitled album if you, like, break it down, but, it doesn't have their logo, doesn't really have a name on it, it's technically untitled. Most people call it Volume 4. That's really cool artwork right there. I have a poster of that somewhere. Not with me. Black Dog opens the album. If you could look at this, though, if it'll show it. Whoops, right there. It shows what the, that's what technically it's called. There's the Zoso and the other things on there, the symbols. Black Dog, there's not a bad song. Really, there's no bad songs on any of these albums, but all of these are like, it got hard to rank these because they're just so incredible album. These albums are incredible, but these songs, man, especially on Volume 4, Black Dog opens the album. Love that song. Rock and Roll, also love that song. The Battle of Evermore, that's an incredibly epic track. I love that track. Stairway to Heaven, a lot of people say it's overplayed. Is it overplayed? Probably. But, I mean, it's the classic for what it is. I really like that song. But I will say, if you check out Heart's live version at the Kennedy Center of Stairway to Heaven, it renewed my love for the song and actually really helped launch me more back into this album. It's such a... It's a very emotionally... It's an emotional live performance. I really like it, man. I mean, her voice is incredible. But, I mean, the classic Stairway to Heaven's on here. That ends side A, and then side B has Misty Mountain Hop, which is a really fun song. Four Sticks is really cool. I love listening to the drum performance on that by John Bonham. Going to California, that's a great song as well. And When the Levee Breaks ends the album. That is a very good way to end the album. I love it. Love this album. Classic for good reason. Next up, second album, and it was between... This honestly was a little bit interesting, but doesn't surprise me this came in second, but honestly, this one surprised me a little bit when I re-listened to it, because I'm like, this is a really good album. And it's Sabotage by Black Sabbath, my favorite Ozzy-era Sabbath album. Favorite album of the 70's. Here we go, finally worked. Hole in the Sky opens the album. Really awesome way to open it. Don't Start Too Late is a kind of a almost I don't really know how to describe it. It's an instrumental. It's a short one that leads. It's an acoustic intro that leads into the blisteringly heavy Symptom of the Universe. Megalomania is an epic long length track. The thrill of it all is great. Superstar. I really like that as an instrumental. They used it as one of their tour intros before the band came on stage to the Born Again tour, and I don't know if they did it with anything else, but that's a really cool instrumental. Am I Going Insane Radio? Really cool. I love that song. And then The Writ ends the album, and I was really blown away when I really heard this, because I'm like, wow, this is like re-listening to it. I'm like, this is unbelievable. Love the power, love the heaviness to it. And I will say that the album cover sucks. But, I mean, I don't look at that. That's kind of a not good album cover. It's probably the worst of the lot here. Um, that's my opinion, though. I don't really. A lot of Sabbath album covers were a little bit strange, but that's okay. And then, of course, the number one choice for me. I do have this on vinyl, but I didn't pull it out. Is Physical Graffiti. You cannot. Yeah, I heard this for the first time, right? And I was more than blown away when I heard this. I could not stop listening to this. We were on a vacation a few years ago, and I needed something to listen to. It's a double album. It's probably my favorite double album of all time. And I could not stop listening to it while we were on vacation. I was like, this is incredible. I was like blown away. Custard Pie is the opener. That's like my favorite opening Zeppelin track of all time. Is it? Yeah, I think it is, honestly. The Rover? Oh, love The Rover. In My Time of Dying. 11 minutes, and it's so good. All the way through. Houses of the Holy. That's what I'm saying, though. Why is Houses of the Holy on this album? That's a great song. Why didn't they put it on their actual album, Houses of the Holy? Like, that doesn't make sense, but honestly, I'm kind of glad it's on this anyway, though. It's still a great song. Trampled Underfoot is a fun, rocking song. Love that track. Probably, I don't know if I could pick a favorite on this album. Kashmir, classic for a reason. It's so, so good. Then you get to, honestly, that's A and B side. Then we would get to C and D side. That was just disc one on this. So, In the Light, very good. Banyura, very good. Down by the Seaside, love that track. It makes me feel as though I'm on the beach. 10 Years Gone, really good track. Night Flight's awesome. The Wonton song. Boogie with Stu is so fun. I know people really don't care for Black Country Woman. I really like that. It's an acoustic track. So, I really love that song. Then Sick Again closes the whole double album. What a powerful album. What a statement. They've been releasing classic after classic after classic. What a run in the 70s by both of these bands, though. I mean, all the way through. A lot of people may not put Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die as classics. I would say I would argue like all the way through the 70s for both of these bands. They just killed it. I mean, those outputs in the 70s are just absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Check them out. Get them on vinyl, CD, get a cassette, 8-track, however you want to get it. Doesn't matter. Just listen to it. I would recommend buying the physical copies of them. Obviously, if you need to stream, but man, if you can get your hands on the physical copies of these albums, it's absolutely incredible. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for checking out the this video. It was an absolute privilege to be able to do this, and just check out the other videos on the channel, and there's more of this coming, more rankings. If you haven't checked them out, I don't know if they actually might not be up yet, but I've ranked both the catalogs. This video will probably be up first, honestly. So, more to come. Ranking the Black Sabbath albums, the Led Zeppelin albums. So if you want to check those out later, after those videos eventually get published, go ahead and check it out. And thank you so much for watching the 70s output of Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. Have a great day, everybody, and thank you again so much for watching.